welcome to another exciting video. Today's new lesson is on ratios. So please make sure you are taking notes. A ratio is a comparison between items. Please make sure you write this down. Here we have 3 cats and 4 dogs. So therefore, the ratio of cats to dogs is 3 to 4. And it's very important, the order of your ratio, because we specified cats to dogs, we have to say it is 3 to 4. Ratios can be written in 3 different ways. We can say, for this scenario, we can say 3 to 4, 3:4, or 3 over 4. And this is all acceptable. All 3 ways are acceptable. As you can see, this one looks like a fraction. They are similar to fractions in many ways, but they are not the same, and here is why. For ratios, we can compare part to part, part to whole, and whole to part. Please make sure you write these down. However, this is the only way they are similar to fractions. So they are similar to fractions because fractions are only part to whole. Ratios can be part to whole, or whole to part. They can compare those ways. Let's do the next slide. So in this scenario, what is the ratio of cats to dogs? Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 cats. Let's write this down. And I'm going to write a colon. It's called a colon. And how many dogs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dogs. So our ratio is 4 to 5. And you can write it this way. You can write 4 to 5. Or you can write 4 over 5. All 3 are acceptable. What is the ratio? Let's move on to the second question. What is the ratio of birds to total animals? Well, we have 3 birds here. You have to know your animals in order to get this right. 3 birds. And how many total animals do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 animals. We have 12 animals. And so also, similarly for this one, we can write it different ways. We can write it as 3:12 because it's asking birds to total animals. Make sure it's in the right order. We can write it as 3 to 12, 3 to 12, or we can write it as 3 over 12. All 3 ways are acceptable. Let's move on to the next slide. Ellie's Pizzeria made 38 thin crust pizzas and 6 thick crust pizzas. What is the ratio of the number of thick crust pizzas to the number of thin crust pizzas? Well, we have to have it in the right order. So thick crust to the number of thin crust. So thick to thin. Well, we have 6 thick crust pizzas and we have 38 thin crust pizzas. So that's one way to write it. The other way, of course, you probably figured it out, is 6, the word 2, 38, or 6 over 38. Okay, here's the next slide. A recipe for bread needs 2 cups of sugar for every 3 cups of flour. What is the ratio of flour to sugar? And of course, if we wrote 2 to 3, this would be incorrect because it doesn't say sugar to flour. It says flour to sugar. So, it has to be in the right order. Of course, we can write it the other way, 3 to 2, or, of course, you guessed it, 3 over 2. And now you're going to say this is an improper fraction. But in terms of ratios, we can leave it like that. Because if we have a whole number, let's say we reduce it to 1.5, If we reduce it to 1.5, this is not a ratio because it has a whole number. This is a fraction, so this is not a ratio. Not a ratio. If you need to write this in your notes, please do. Very important. I will be checking notes on Monday. Tell your friends. A movie theater sold 46 child tickets. The other 4 tickets it sold were adult tickets. What is the ratio of the number of child tickets to the number of total tickets sold? So we have to think about this a little. There's a couple steps to this problem. If there are 46 child tickets, well, that's our first number. We have to find out the total number of tickets. We know there's 46 child tickets and the other 4 are adult tickets. So that means 46 plus 4 is 50. There were a total of 50 tickets sold. So the total number of tickets sold is 50. So we write it as 46 to 50, and that's how we read it too. So we also write it 46 to 50. And we can of course write it as a fraction too, so this is the first way to write it. Here's the second way to write it, and the third way to write it is of course as a fraction. Looks like a fraction. 46 to 50. All right? And here's your homework. In a class, there is 1 teacher and 18 students. Please write a ratio for these 3 scenarios. Students to teachers, teachers to students, and number of people to students. And I mean number as in total number of people. So please make sure you do your homework, and I will see you on Monday.